Hi, welcome to Healthy Home Cooking. My name is Christina. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a dish that I like to make when I'm pressed for time, want something light and fast that I can get onto the dinner table probably within like a half an hour and from start to finish, and is easy to digest and really good for me. And what that is fish baked in paper. And what that means is simply we're going to take fish, we're going to layer it with different vegetables and finish it off with some herbs, maybe just a little bit of butter or olive oil, and we're going to wrap it up in this parchment paper bundle and bake it in the oven for like 15 minutes and call it good. The dinner is really versatile for a number of different eating plans. So if you're on a keto diet, or you're on a paleo eating plan, or you want something that's heart healthy or good for your blood sugar, this fits the bill. It covers everybody. And it's super straightforward and healthy, and it really couldn't get any more nutritious than this. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the fish, and today I am using a Pacific rockfish, which is local to the waters here off of Southern California where I live. And sometimes my husband has caught them when he's out fishing for the day, and he brings them home and we have them for dinner. So it's super ultra fresh and perfect. Other times I'll just pick up rockfish at my local Sprouts Farmers Market. They have them currently in stock, and they're in season rather. And it's just a simple white fish, very low cost. In fact, this dish I calculated the other day when I bought the fish and the few vegetables I needed. Dinner for two came to under $8. So I'd like to see you try that at fast food. So it's a super cost-effective dinner, so there's really no reason why we shouldn't all be eating this on a regular basis. Again, as I mentioned, it's really straightforward and easy to make, and I'm going to show you how to do it.
Okay, so what we'll need are the following. We'll need some parchment paper. Make sure you use parchment and not waxed paper. We'll need 1 zucchini per person, some sea salt, a shallot, a tomato, a lemon, a spiralizer to spiralize our zucchini or whatever vegetable we're using, some freshly ground pepper, and then of course our fish, 1 fillet per person. Okay, so I'm going to spiralize the zucchini now, and I just have kind of an inexpensive little spiralizer that I picked up from Williams-Sonoma, I think it was, and this is a really inexpensive one, and it comes with 2 different blade tops that you can insert into the little cup, and so you just have to kind of change it out a little bit more frequently. There are also other spiralizers on the market, but this is just the one that I picked up for rather inexpensively. It suits my needs, and I don't really need anything bigger than this, but if you have the space in your kitchen for a bigger apparatus, you can certainly get that. But this is super easy because I just put the zucchini in here and give it a twist, and I will get little spirals of zucchini, which works great as a base for my dish. So I will just continue doing this until I get both zucchinis done, and it's going to be 1 zucchini per person. Now I like to put the zucchini down first because what that does is kind of elevate the fish off of the bottom of the paper. So now I've got, actually let me just interrupt myself and show you that I've got this little container full, and what I'm going to do is just take my parchment paper and just show you how I then just dump that out and use that as my base for my packets. Okay, so I'm just going to continue on until I have all my zucchini spiralized. Anyway, so as I was saying, I like to use the zucchini as my base for the packets because it keeps the fish off the paper, and so what it does is it simultaneously steams my zucchini, but keeps the fish off the paper so that it also steams nicely. All right, so I have all my zucchini spiralized, and I'm going to just now distribute the zucchini between the two packets. And then we're going to season this with salt and pepper. Be generous with your salt because we're salting everything really, so don't be shy. And now we're going to put on some lemon, squeeze a little bit of that on. And lay those down on the fish so those can steam along with it. Our tomato slices, we're going to just nestle in between here. Put a few basil leaves on top. And basil and zucchini go so nicely together, so this is a great combination. And we can just nestle some garlic cloves in and among the vegetables, stick them kind of into the zucchini so that steams real nicely. And we can do the same with our slices of shallots. Put those underneath and tuck those in. And that'll all just steam so nicely together. And then what I would do is finish it off with just a little pat of butter. Of course, you can avoid this if you wish, but I'm going to just maybe tuck this in. Well, maybe why don't I just cut this in half and put a little bit on that side and a little bit on there. And so there you have it. So I'm going to do this again for the second person and pop them in the oven on the cookie sheet and be done. So you can do this any number of ways, but I just simply do a little packet like so, and I fold it over. There are many different ways to do this. Some people like to crimp it all around the edges, and that's kind of the traditional way of doing it, but honestly that takes too long for my taste, so I'm going to just do it like so. Crimp the ends, fold that over, and put it on my cookie sheet. And so I'm going to bake them like so. So I have one packet here, and then when I build the second one, I'll be putting it right next to it. Right here. Can't forget the butter. There you go. All right, now it can go in the oven.
And after 15 minutes in a 350-degree oven, we have our finished product. You can take the packets off the cookie sheet and put one on each plate and serve it to each guest that way. Very simple, makes cleanup really easy. And here we have everything nicely steamed together with our herbs on top, and it's looking delicious. So I just wanted to stop here for a second and talk to you a little bit about the fish. Now, when you are buying fish at your supermarket, I would like you to start thinking about a couple of things. One is I want you to look really closely at the sign underneath or right in front of the fish and see if it says it's farmed fish or wild caught. And wherever possible, I'd encourage you to buy wild caught fish. Farmed fish, they live in confined places, and the food that they're fed is a pellet or food that's been man-made and to which usually antibiotics are added. and that is simply to keep the fish healthy. They are living in a confined space in great numbers, and the outbreak of any kind of disease would be problematic, of course, for the whole population. So I think it's also best to find fish that have been wild caught, that are eating a natural diet and not a man-made one, and that live a normal fish life and forage for their own food. And that's probably as close to nature as you can get. So I encourage you to buy wild-caught fish wherever possible, and something local to wherever you're living. One great resource that I encourage you to look into is here in California, the Monterey Bay Aquarium up in Northern California has a website that you can go to and download a PDF. It's a fish buying guide, and you can print that out and keep it in your wallet or in your purse, so that when you go shopping you can easily pull that out and refer to it. And what they do is, on an annual basis, they update this list and they rate fish from good, better, and best in terms of how sustainable the fish is, how well they're being managed if they've been on the edge of extinction. Those are fish that they would recommend that we stay away from to allow populations to recover. And then in terms of mercury levels and all of that, they rate those as well. So it's a super resource. I encourage you to visit the website and print that out and keep it with you so that you can be a good fish shopper. So I hope I've encouraged you to try making fish baked in paper at home yourself one evening for dinner. As you can see, it's super easy to make, and as I said, it's a very cost-effective and very heart-healthy and diet-friendly dinner. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel, and please click the red bell below so that you can be notified when new videos are uploaded. If you think that someone you know might enjoy watching how to make this recipe, I encourage you to share the video with them. Thanks for watching.